California's economy, once the envy of the nation, has faced significant challenges in recent years. In 2023, over 78,000 tech workers lost their jobs, marking a major slowdown in one of the state's most crucial sectors. This downturn has made high-paying jobs increasingly rare, and has adversely affected state income from taxes and new companies going public. For instance, in 2020, there were 119 new companies, but by 2023, that number had plummeted to just 25. California is also grappling with a substantial budget deficit, which means it doesn't have enough money to cover its expenses. This deficit could be as high as $38 billion. Many current lawmakers have never faced such a significant financial problem before, making it even harder to manage. The state is considering cutting spending and borrowing money to help with the shortfall. The unemployment rate in California has risen to 4.8%, higher than the national average of 3.9%. Job growth has slowed down significantly, with fewer than 10,000 jobs added each month for 4 consecutive months, something that last happened during the Great Recession. Most of the new jobs are in lower-paying sectors like health services and food services, rather than the high-paying tech jobs that were lost. Since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, California's population has been declining. This decline affects the state's labor force and economic growth. Although a slight increase in population is expected in 2024 due to more international migrants. However, many people are still moving out due to high living costs. New York, another economic powerhouse, is also facing a crisis. Once a symbol of dreams and towering achievements like the Statue of Liberty, the state is experiencing an unprecedented population drop. From 2021 to 2022, New York lost nearly 880,000 residents, almost a 1% decrease in just 1 year, the largest drop in the entire country. A major reason for this exodus is the state's heavy tax burden. New Yorkers face a total tax burden of about 12.5% compared to just around 5% in Alaska. The cost of living in New York is also extremely high. The overall cost of living index is 125, while the housing index is a whopping 173, making the national median of 100 seem very affordable. In 2023, the median home price in New York hit around $819,900, almost $400,000 above the national median. Renting isn't much better, with an average room costing about $678. New York's economy is struggling. From 2009 to 2017, the state's real GDP growth was 12.7%, lagging behind the national average of 16.8%. Some upstate areas even saw negative growth rates, worsening the economic situation. New York City has seen a significant workforce reduction, with a net loss of over 19,000 employees, largest decline since the Great Recession. This loss has hit essential services hard, including social services, education, and public safety. High vacancy rates remain due to budget cuts and hiring freezes during the pandemic. West Virginia, nestled amidst the beautiful Appalachian Mountains, is known for its rugged landscapes and rich cultural heritage. However, it is now in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. In 2024, about 10,000 people, or around 0.84% of the population, left West Virginia searching for better opportunities. The state's population is now just 1.78 million. This decline is due to several major issues. Healthcare is a big problem in West Virginia, ranking last in the country for overall healthcare quality and access. In rural areas, the situation is even worse. The state is ranked near the bottom for the number of doctors and nurses available, making it hard for people to get the care they need. This leads to health problems and affects the state's economy, with more people facing delays in care, avoidable hospital visits, and even early death. Economically, West Virginia is struggling. It has the 4th worst economic health in the nation, with a slow job market that doesn't offer much for young people. This economic slump has pushed the state into deep poverty. West Virginia is the 4th poorest state in the country, with a poverty rate of 16.8%. The state's median household income is one of the lowest in the U.S., at $48,800, which is about $155,000 less than the national median. This low income level is linked to high poverty rates, with nearly one-fifth of the people living in poverty. West Virginia also has a high rate of adult illiteracy and ranks low in educational achievement. The housing market in West Virginia faces challenges too. Even though home prices have gone up by 7.1% over the past year, the overall economic conditions and population decline affect housing demand and economic stability in the state. Washington, known for its beautiful landscapes and lively cities, is also facing tough times. The tech sector, which includes big names like Amazon and Microsoft, has experienced major layoffs. With tech jobs making up about 22% of Washington's economy, these job cuts are hitting hard. The average home price in Washington is around $591,000. While home prices went up by about 3.4% last year, the market is slowing down. Fewer homes are being sold, and prices are not rising as fast due to higher interest rates and more competition among buyers. Inflation has made everything more expensive, from groceries to housing. This means people are spending less money, which hurts the state's economy even more. High interest rates are also making it harder for people to buy homes or invest in businesses. Washington has also struggled with its budget. During the Great Recession, the state had to cut a lot of public services, and spending on these services was still lower in 2019 than it was in 2008. This makes it hard for the state to support its people and improve infrastructure. Global events, such as the war in Ukraine, have disrupted supply chains and made goods more expensive, adding to the economic challenges Washington is facing. Illinois is experiencing a significant drop in its population. Over the past year, the state has lost nearly 1% of its residents, with over 100,000 people leaving. Chicago, despite its vibrant lifestyle and famous skyline, is at the heart of this decline. High taxes are a big reason people are leaving. Illinois has one of the highest tax burdens in the country. This high cost of living drives many residents to states with lower taxes. Almost 40% of people leaving Chicago are doing so to escape financial difficulties. The whole state is struggling economically. High corporate taxes and strict regulations have pushed many businesses to move out. Big companies like Citadel, Boeing, and Caterpillar have relocated their headquarters to states with better business environments. Crime rates, especially in Chicago, are another major factor. The city has seen a significant rise in its murder rate, making it less attractive for both residents and businesses. Texas, the second largest state in the U.S., is also facing big problems. The economy of Texas depends heavily on oil and gas. Fluctuating oil prices have significantly impacted the state's financial stability. As of early 2024, Texas has lost a substantial amount of revenue from the energy sector, leading to budget problems and job losses. This issue is also affecting other businesses in the state. The housing market has been hit hard by higher interest rates, making it more expensive to borrow money. As a result, fewer people are buying homes, and new home construction has slowed down. This slowdown is dragging down the state's economy. The job market in Texas is struggling. Although things have improved since the pandemic, many industries still can't find enough workers and are dealing with higher costs. The unemployment rate in Texas is around 4.1%, slightly higher than the national average. Inflation is another major problem. Prices for goods and services are rising, which means people have less money to spend. This is hurting the economy because when people spend less, businesses don't perform as well. The cost of living in Texas has also increased, making it harder for families to make ends meet. New Jersey is going through significant changes, particularly in its economy. Sectors like information and manufacturing are experiencing long-term declines. Job growth has been very slow, with only a 0.8% expected average annual increase through 2045. This slow job growth means New Jersey is falling behind the national average. The state has a big talent gap. The number of people working or looking for work dropped from 66% in 2012 to 63% in 2022, the lowest it's been in 44 years. On top of that, New Jersey is losing more people than it's keeping. From 2011 to 2021, the state lost an average of 20,000 residents each year, many of whom were recent college graduates, worsening the talent gap. In 2023, the state's unemployment rate rose from 3.4% in January to 4.7% in November, making it the third highest in the country. New Jersey has also been struggling with budget problems. The state has relied on one-time revenues and borrowing, especially during and after the Great Recession. As a result, New Jersey hasn't fully recovered. The state has less tax revenue, smaller rainy day funds, and reduced general fund spending compared to before the recession. These financial issues make it hard for New Jersey to invest in growth and handle economic downturns. Rhode Island, the smallest state in the U.S., is facing a huge problem. It is quickly becoming a place only the wealthiest can afford to call home. Rhode Island has consistently ranked poorly for business friendliness. High taxes and strict regulations make it tough for businesses to thrive and attract new companies. The lack of business incentives has led to fewer job opportunities and contributed to residents moving out in search of better employment elsewhere. The state's education system also faces challenges with underperforming schools and limited funding. This has prompted many families to seek better educational opportunities in other states, further contributing to the population decline. The housing market in Rhode Island has become increasingly unaffordable for many residents. Home prices have skyrocketed, and rental costs have followed suit, making it difficult for lower and middle-income families to find affordable housing. This has resulted in a significant outflow of residents to states with more affordable housing options. Rhode Island's population decline, combined with its business and economic challenges, has created a difficult cycle. As more people leave the state, the tax base shrinks, making it harder for the state to fund essential services and invest in infrastructure. This further compounds the difficulties faced by businesses and residents, making it challenging to reverse the trend of population loss. The United States is experiencing significant economic challenges, particularly in states like California, New York, West Virginia, Washington, Illinois, Texas, New Jersey, and Rhode Island. These states are facing various issues, including job losses, population declines, budget deficits, and high living costs. The economic struggles in these states impact not only their residents, but also the overall economic health of the country. Addressing these challenges will require coordinated efforts and innovative solutions to ensure sustainable growth and prosperity.